Hey guys, MA Fish Guy here, coming at you with a do-it-yourself filter. Now this isn't going to be your normal filter that you're going to see pretty much anywhere else. This is pretty much what I've created is a mini canister filter that takes up a heck of a lot less room than what a normal filter would. Now this is just a prototype. It's actually still in the making, but this is the basic design. I'm kind of going to be tinkering with it a little bit to give it more either output, more spray, anything like that to make this a little bit more appealing to the eye. Now all that is involved in this is I have a power head here. It's a $10 power head, and I've got 5/8 inch, I believe it is, tubing, basically to a python connector or a tube with two funnels on each side, then back into a tube again and out. Now what I do like about this, it's quiet. You don't hear it at all. The power head you can't even hear because it's fully submerged under the water. The output is really nice on this, and it fills through that tube right there. Now what's in the tube, and this can vary, all it is filter floss, carbon, a more coarser wide open sponge, and then another filter floss. That's all it is. Now that's all a normal hang on the back filter is going to be, is just pushing water through carbon and floss, and that's pretty much all it does, and that's going to filter out your water. Now this is actually going through a lot more floss, more carbon, and it's spending more time in that container than what it would in a normal hang on the back filter, which is what I like. Now what's nice is you can also section this off, so you can make a bio ball area, you can make any kind of beneficial bacteria, you could put sand in there, you can put filter floss, you could pretty much put anything that's going to fit in that pipe, and that's what I like. So I'm going to kind of show you how I constructed it, but this is basically the main outlay. Like I said, that pump is for 110 gallons per hour. It pumps when it's in power head mode, and the zip ties are just temporary until I can silicone the pieces to it, but I just kind of wanted to show everybody kind of like a rough draft of what's going on here. But like I said, it goes from the power head to a tube, and what I like about this is you can put this right outside the aquarium. It's no problems leaking whatsoever, and once I silicone it, that'll definitely get rid of any kind of chance that it would be to leak. Now, like I said, it goes outside the aquarium and back into the aquarium right here. Like I said, the output is quite nice. It's filling that tube up real nice and pushing the water, no problem. Now what I like about this is I can filter on one side, push it, and get a complete circulation of the tank water to make sure it's a maximum amount of filtration in it. So I'm just going to break it down, what I built on it, and kind of show you what I've done. Now like I said, it's a pretty simple, easy design. All I did is I packed in the filter floss that you can get at Walmart or a crafting store, or you can even use the quilter's floss that I was showing in the previous video on how to make your do-it-yourself hang on the back filter cartridge. Then it's just going through carbon. Then I'm using a aqua clear sponge, and then it's going back through the filter floss again. So pretty much what this is just a giant thick hang on the back filter cartridge going through extra layers. Now like I said, you can put bio balls in here, you can put pretty much anything that's going to fit in this tube, and it's really easy to change. All you're going to do if you have to change everything is you're just going to remove the top part. Alright, so here's just a little kind of beginning and exactly what's in it. Like I said, the filter floss, you got your aqua clear sponge right here, and your carbon. And like I said, I just used two pieces from a python because I had an extra one laying around. So what I do like about this is it's real easy to assemble, and you can even put sponge filter pieces into it in case you don't have filter floss, or maybe you have some of these laying around from sponge filters you're not using anymore, or you can actually get these pretty cheap and they're reusable like crazy. And a lot of these, depending on the brand, will actually all of them, but some of them are a little bit better, will hold the beneficial bacteria as well. So it's a win-win. So here's how to construct it real quick. Alright, so all I'm doing is putting a piece of filter floss on the bottom, Then I add my carbon. Now you can add multiple packs. You can add half a pack, it doesn't matter. But one pack fills it a decent amount, enough to pass through and no problem. Next, what I do just to make sure I'm catching all the big particles, I know probably none will get through, and you don't even have to do this. I just do it because it holds the carbon in its place, and when I dump it out, it stays in place as well. So that goes on to the next layer. Now this final layer of filter floss almost acts like a plunger, pushing everything down so it's nice and compact. And that's pretty much it. So like I said, it's pumping through the filter floss right here, hitting the carbon, another sponge, and then through the filter floss again. So this is it. It's pretty much easy. After that, you just pop the cap on, make sure it's on there nice and tight, reverse it, do the same, and boom, you have yourself a pretty much tiny canister filter. So I hope this helps you guys out there. If you're looking for something to do, a new project, anything to do, if you want to tweak it, go for it. Like I said, I'll be tweaking as well. I'm looking to add a little bit more of a flow control to it, maybe add a ball joint, eventually hard plumb this into PVC piping, so that way it's more constructible and you know, I can do more with it, and I can actually hover it above the tank if I wanted to, if I get a powerful enough pump, which would be kind of cool. Now also, like I said before, you can get a black PVC pipe. If you don't want to see any of this stuff, get a black PVC pipe. They fit just the same into these, nice and snug. If you're worried about any kind of water leaking, anything like that, you can also silicone these into the actual tube, and that should eliminate that problem as well. But like I said, I haven't had any problems. I made sure, like I said, just to zip tie the tubes to the ends to make sure that they're on there snug, but I will eventually be siliconing the parts onto it, so that way it's not a problem. You can also, what's nice is let this sit in the tank as well, and that's, you know, it's going to hide itself. It does float, which is nice, so it does stay right up at the top of the water. It does actually have a little bit of an air pocket in there. It doesn't fully submerge with water, so it does kind of stay up at the bottom or up at the top. Now you could also build this so you could sink it. If you wanted to put weights onto it, you can sink it right down into the gravel line and not even see it, and it's covered up as well. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns on this, or how I built it, or what I used to build it, I think the total cost, like I said, I think the power head was $10. The tubing was extra, but if you go to a hardware store, it's usually about $5 for, I believe it's 10 feet. So you won't even need 10 feet. I only used 4 feet, and that was even overdoing it as well. Now the carbon stuff, I had a bunch laying around, but you can also wholesale that out from Amazon. And then this is just left over. But you can go to a hardware store, buy the piping and the fittings for it for probably roughly around $10 for the pipe and everything else. So it is about $20, maybe a little bit more. But like I said, you can do so much more with this than what you could with a hang on the back filter. And this is pretty much like a mini canister filter, but about 1/8 of the size of what you're going to see. So I love this filter. It's what I'm using. I'm actually looking to maybe switch one of my other tanks over to another thing similar to it. Or even if you want, you can also buy the water changing parts off the internet. So just like your regular water changer, just like this, you can buy right offline for like $5 and just buy 2 of them. So for $10, so you get 2 of these and you have a couple different pipes to play with. You can have one sitting there ready to go to just plug in and plug out. So any questions, comments, concerns, please post it down below in the comments. Check out my other videos, my do-it-yourself videos. I'm trying to come out with more of these so everybody can love this hobby and feel like they're putting their little footstep into it as well. So check out my website, mafishguide.com. Subscribe, like, and share this video. Thank you very much.